With the OnePlus 9 Pro being $380 renewed on Amazon, is the OnePlus 10 Pro worth it in 2023? I'm Miggy the Tech Guy. Let's find out. The OnePlus 10 Pro can be found for $487 renewed on Amazon or $550 brand new. So when you compare that for finding the OnePlus 9 Pro for $380 renewed and the Galaxy S21 Ultra for about $430 renewed, does the OnePlus 10 Pro hold up in 2023? Yes and no. Let's start off with, just naming off some things about it. The OnePlus 10 Pro has an awesome build quality. I actually really love the finish on this forest green version that they have right here. It's a frosted back. The black one is also a frosted back. I kind of wish I would have went with the black one, but personally the green one is it's really nice, and I think it does hold up really well here, especially in 2023. This phone came out last year, so it's still rather new and still rather recent. It is not going to be my daily driver. I am currently using it just for the sake of the video, but this is not gonna be my daily driver. My daily driver will be the OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren. I have 2 videos on that device. You can go ahead and watch and find out why. But ultimately, this device here is great. And at that price point, from $487 renewed to $550 brand new, honestly, I probably recommend you buying it for the $550 because you get the fast charger in the box, 65 watts here in the States, 80 watts, I believe, overseas. That's something to keep in mind too. I'm here in the States. I live in Wisconsin, so probably may vary if you're overseas or whatever the case may be, but as far as it goes here, it's $550 for brand new. Comes brand new in the box. I still have the box for this device. I'm not gonna go grab it, but I do have the box for this device. It came brand new with the charger in the box. It did not come with a case like all the other phones used to, so that's also something to bear in mind, is that brand new, you're just getting the charger, which is a very nice perk. So it's nice enough for them to actually come out and give you something a little extra in the box for the price of the phone, especially at $550, which is nice. It charges up, literally the animation on it, you can see it going up. It's really crazy how quick these devices charge nowadays. Even with 65 watts is still plenty fast, and you feel so crazy watching it, or even just letting it sit there and charge up real quick. You're like, man, 5 minutes worth of charge feels like it's pretty much charged. That's something to bear in mind. 30 to 40 minutes for full charge from 0 to 100, which is absurd. You know what I mean? That's already in territory of ridiculousness. But that's one of the major advantages of this device, is the charging speed, to be honest with you, and the fact that it comes in the box if you buy it new. The build quality though doesn't leave much to be desired. It's really nice. I'm not a huge fan of the camera bump and how it looks kind of like a stovetop. Not sure why they went with that. It's probably because they want to look more like a flagship here in the States, which I guess I get, but at the same time, it's like, do you really need that? Do you need this to look like an iPhone? You know what I mean? It's not necessary in my opinion, but whatever. I'm not a designer at OnePlus, and I can't attest to why they would do that, but the frosted back of it really doesn't hold fingerprints, which is so nice. The fact that you don't get any fingerprints on this, it's not a fingerprint magnet. I really enjoy that. The camera bump is actually a fingerprint magnet, so just bear in mind that if you're touching the cameras, you might need to wipe it off a little bit. But as far as it goes, it's holding up well. The screen is 120 Hz LTPO, great build quality, in-screen fingerprint scanner. That's something to bear in mind and keep in mind, is that the OnePlus 9 Pro, the scanner was actually lower, and now they have it higher up on the display, so that's really cool. Kind of put it back in a place where it makes sense, versus I don't know why on the 9 Pro it was so low where it felt like you had to reach to the bottom, so it just feels off. It doesn't feel like where your normal placement goes for your thumb. So that's something to bear in mind. You're actually going to get a normal place fingerprint scanner. It works pretty much all the time too, so that's also something to bear in mind, is it's a really quick scanner. Nothing to really write home about there. It just works. It's really good. But yeah, overall build quality of this device, 1440p screen, 120 Hz, can't go wrong. Great color reproduction out of the display. I think it looks really nice. As far as that goes, you're not going to have a problem with the build quality, in my opinion, especially for the price point. Next, we can talk about overall performance of this device. The OnePlus 10 Pro is speedy. It's really great in terms of day-to-day. It can game. I'm not even going to show gaming in this one because I have it in my 2 previous videos, so if there's anything that you're going to watch for gaming, the Snapdragon 888 holds up. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, what a shocker, it works really well, especially even here in 2023. It holds up just fine with every task you can throw at it. It's super nice, it runs speedy, it's super quick, no problems there in that department. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 really does hold its own with gaming, day-to-day, video editing, anything you can throw at it. It's fantastic. It's a great processor. It's a great phone for speed. The problem I have is in software. I don't know what it is with this device. I did not have this issue with the OnePlus 9 Pro. This is my biggest gripe with this device and why I just can't daily drive it. And maybe it'll be a problem for you guys too. So hopefully it doesn't replicate if you purchase one. But this is something to bear in mind with my experience. I can't always show it, so I don't have any footage of it. But like, I'll be in apps and stuff like that using my phone, and I am a rather intensive user. Like, I'll be watching videos while texting and stuff like that. I play YouTube in the background. I am doing a lot, but it just it hangs up. I've tried to press the home button, and again, I use the navigation. I don't use the gestures. I just don't like them. It's my personal preference. You guys can obviously use gestures, but it won't go home. If I press the home button, it won't go home. I just click it and I'm in an app. I can keep clicking it all day. It won't go home. I click the multitasking bar. It'll go into the multitasking menu, and then sometimes it won't even work that way. I have to go back into the app and then press home again, and then it'll take me back home. It's just, I don't know if it's just a glitch in the software for Android 13 on these devices. I'm not 100% sure what is going on with my device, but yeah, ever since I updated it from Android 12 to Android 13, it has just not worked the way that I like it. And that's a huge reason why I'm still using the OnePlus 7T Pro McLaren as my main device, is because I have a better experience day to day with that device over the OnePlus 10 Pro. So that's something huge to bear in mind in terms of performance and everything like that, is that this is the one glaring issue that I would say just makes me not be able to use it personally. So that's something, if you guys are concerned about, maybe skip this one, go with a OnePlus 9 Pro or a Galaxy S21 Ultra, just depending on what you feel. But if you have to go with OnePlus and you want one of the newer devices and you don't want to quite go and pay the price for the OnePlus 11, which is, I mean, not that much more either. So that's also something to bear in mind. If you want the latest and greatest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, you can go with the OnePlus 11 because it's a decent price and it has a majority of the stuff that the 10 Pro has, but it is a bit more money. So just think about that for a second and understand that it's omitted wireless charging in the OnePlus 11 versus this one, which does have wireless charging and fast wireless charging at that. So that's something to bear in mind. But in terms of like performance wise, like that is just a hiccup I cannot use. It's a huge gripe I have. So that's why I'm mentioning it here. But yeah, let's move on. Now we can talk about the cameras. They do have a triple camera setup on the back. It's good. I want to say that I actually it's about on par with the OnePlus 9 Pro in terms of cameras. So that's also a reason why like maybe the OnePlus 9 Pro might just be a better buy, is that you're getting the same cameras pretty much for the most part. They took away the redundant black and white camera, which good move on their part, to be honest with you. You might as well just keep 3 great cameras: telephoto, wide, and ultra wide. It takes good photos. It's good lighting. The night mode's really great on it. If there's anything you would like about this device, I think the cameras are definitely up there. They're not like top tier, but that, again, it's kind of people's preferences and how Hasselblad has been working with the camera setup. They did it, obviously on the OnePlus 9 Pro, they had the Hasselblad. So they're doing it again here on the OnePlus 10 Pro, and it's good. I don't think they're bad. I think they take great photos. You can get some cool shots out of this. It does everything you really need it to do here in 2023 as far as photos go. It's not lacking in that department. Then we'll go on to battery life. And if there's one major thing that this phone has going for it, is battery life. The battery in this device is terrific. It holds its own. It can last you all day and then some, I think. In my opinion, it's actually really great. I've had no major troubles with this device in terms of battery life. And like I said earlier, with the 65 watt charging combined with this, and that coming in the box brand new, that's the biggest thing. That if you really need a reliable battery and you need one that can be topped off really quick, this is that battery. This is that phone. This phone is so good in that department that like it almost trumps everything else. And that's what kind of makes me be like, I want to keep this one because it's not 30T, it's 65 watt charging. It's kind of this thing, like it can take me all day. I can game, I can watch videos, I can video edit, I can post on Facebook, on TikTok, on Snapchat, do stuff all day, and it holds its own. And it's running at 1440p 120 hertz. So that's also something to bear in mind, is that this is top tier battery life for me. It does a really great job. It beats and outperforms the OnePlus 9 Pro in battery. It beats the S21 Ultra in my opinion. It even beats my daily driver, the OnePlus 7T Pro battery, but I think a lot of things beat that battery life. So that's just kind of something you guys should understand, is the battery life on this device is, simply put, fantastic. Great battery in this device. It's the number one reason why you would pick this up. Second best is cameras, but battery life, is a go. Overall, with everything said and done, for $550 brand new, $487 renewed, you aren't really going to find anything that matches this device, especially with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 in it, that can hold its own and really push the boundaries. Something to heavily consider that I didn't mention in the Galaxy S21 Ultra review is that the Galaxy S22 regular, not the Plus, the regular, runs for like $389 to $400. That should be mentioned here, because if you want Samsung and you want the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, like you want the newest processor, that phone is smaller than these devices. So that's also a huge factor as to why, like, I didn't really mention it, is it's smaller, compact device. But for those people who enjoy compact devices, the Galaxy S22 might be a huge consideration, considering the kind of letdown that the S23s are. You know, like, it's just more iterative than anything. If you're gonna go for a device, that's something to throw into the race there for you guys for around even cheaper price than this device, or even cheaper price than the OnePlus 9 Pro or the Galaxy S21 Ultra. So that's something to really bear in mind. But overall, the OnePlus 10 Pro holds its own, battery life wise, camera wise. It's just that software that's really bringing it down, in my opinion. So if software is a major concern to you guys, I would probably stick with another device. The OnePlus 10 Pro is something to marvel at. It's really nice, but ultimately, with the fact that it was having those issues with going home and just day-to-day use, I can't recommend it for that purpose. But I can tell you that you can do your own research and take my words with a grain of salt. Otherwise, you know, maybe go ahead and pick it up, and maybe you'll have a better experience than I have. Maybe I just have, it's my device in general. But ultimately, that's what my opinion is on this device. Is it's kind of not a go. I mean, you can. It's just that glaring issue that I have for my day-to-day use, and I think that would annoy you guys as well, so I just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you dislike it, go ahead and hit the dislike button. If you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell for more content from me. And as always, I'm Miggy the Tech Guy, and I'm out. Peace.